Titanic wasn't just a film, it was the biggest movie event of the 1990s, sweeping 11 Oscars and turning its cast into global icons. But nearly 30 years later in 2025, time has been unforgiving. Some stars aged gracefully, others faced shocking transformations, fading fame, and heartbreaking losses. A few are gone forever. This is the untold truth of the Titanic cast, then and now. What you're about to see will leave you stunned. Ruth DeWitt Bukater, the proud, ambitious, and fiercely determined matriarch in Titanic, instantly commands attention with her elegance, strict demeanor, and unwavering drive to secure her daughter's place in high society, portrayed by Frances Fisher. Born May 11, 1952, in Milford, Connecticut, Fisher was 45 when she embodied Ruth, bringing depth and complexity to a character that could have been merely cold and calculating. Her career spans decades with notable roles in Unforgiven, House of Cards, and Tigerland, showcasing her range on both screen and stage. As of 2025, Frances Fisher is 73 years old, continuing to inspire audiences with her talent, dedication, and unforgettable performances. Thomas Andrews, the noble shipbuilder in Titanic, became one of cinema's most moving figures, a man of quiet dignity and humanity, brought to life with unforgettable grace by Victor Garber. Calm, compassionate, and selfless, Andrews guided others even as the ship was lost, embodying true leadership and sacrifice in the face of despair. Born March 16, 1949, in London, Ontario, Canada, Garber was 48 when he portrayed the ship's designer. His career spans Broadway, film, and television, with acclaimed roles in Alias, Argo, and countless stage productions. Now, Victor Garber is 76 years old, happily married and still active, admired worldwide for performances that blend integrity, emotion, and timeless artistry. Old Rose, the elderly survivor who recounts the Titanic story in Titanic, gave the film its emotional anchor, beautifully portrayed with grace and poignancy by Gloria Stewart. Her performance connected past and present, adding a haunting, heartfelt depth that moved millions. Born July 4, 1910, in Santa Monica, California, Stewart was 87 when she played Rose, earning an Academy Award nomination and becoming the oldest Oscar nominee at the time. She had enjoyed early success in films like The Invisible Man, 1933, before stepping away from Hollywood for decades, later returning with this unforgettable role. Gloria Stewart passed away on September 26, 2010, at age 100, from respiratory failure. Her turn as Old Rose remains one of cinema's most poignant reminders of love, memory, and survival. Jack Dawson, the free-spirited artist who stole hearts in Titanic, 1997, became a symbol of love, freedom, and sacrifice, immortalized by Leonardo DiCaprio in one of cinema's most iconic performances. With his charm, passion, and fearless devotion to Rose, Jack embodied the dreamer who dared to defy class and destiny, leaving audiences worldwide forever moved. Born November 11, 1974, in Los Angeles, California, DiCaprio was only 22 when he stepped into Jack's shoes, instantly becoming a global superstar. His career later soared with The Aviator, Inception, The Wolf of Wall Street, and his Oscar-winning role in The Revenant. As of 2025, Leonardo DiCaprio is 50, celebrated not only for his legendary performances but also for his environmental activism, proving that true stars leave a legacy both on and off screen. Cal Hockley, the wealthy and arrogant fiancé of Rose in Titanic, stood out as one of cinema's most memorable antagonists, embodying privilege, jealousy, and control, brilliantly portrayed by Billy Zane. As the foil to Jack Dawson, Cal's cruelty and desperation heightened the drama, making him a character audiences loved to despise. Born February 24, 1966, in Chicago, Illinois, Zane was 31 when he played Cal, delivering a performance full of menace and charm. His career includes roles in The Phantom, 1996, Dead Calm, 1989, and appearances on stage and television. Beyond acting, he is also a producer and painter. As of 2025, Billy Zane is 59 years old, still active in film and art, admired for his versatility and forever remembered as the chillingly unforgettable Cal Hockley. Molly Brown, the larger-than-life socialite known as the unsinkable Molly Brown in Titanic, brought courage, humor, and heart to the doomed ship story, brilliantly portrayed by Kathy Bates. With her fiery spirit and refusal to be silenced, Molly stood out as a beacon of compassion and resilience, instantly becoming one of the film's most beloved characters. Born June 28, 1948, in Memphis, Tennessee, Bates was 49 when she gave Molly unforgettable depth. Her acclaimed career includes Misery, for which she won an Oscar, Dolores Claiborne, Fried Green Tomatoes, and American Horror Story. Currently, Kathy Bates is 77 years old, admired worldwide for her strength on screen and off, continuing to inspire with her artistry and resilience. Rose DeWitt Bukater, the radiant soul of Titanic, symbolizes freedom, love, and defiance against the confines of high society. Through her courage and vulnerability, she became one of cinema's most unforgettable heroines, brought to life flawlessly by Kate Winslet. Born on October 5, 1975, in Reading, England, Winslet was just 21 when she delivered this career-defining performance. Her journey since then includes powerful roles in The Reader, Revolutionary Road, and Mayor of Easttown, earning her global respect as one of Hollywood's finest. As of now, Kate Winslet is 50, continuing to inspire with her authenticity, elegance, and timeless emotional depth that captivates every generation. Brock Lovett, the bold treasure hunter who frames the story in Titanic, became the modern-day lens through which audiences rediscover the great ship, brought to life by Bill Paxton with charm, curiosity, and grit. Driven by adventure and the lure of history, Brock embodied both skepticism and wonder, transforming into one of the film's most pivotal figures. Born May 17, 1955, in Fort Worth, Texas, Paxton was 42 when he took on the role, already acclaimed for Aliens, Twister, and Apollo 13. Beyond acting, he was also a director and devoted family man. Sadly, Bill Paxton passed away on February 25, 2017, at the age of 61, from complications after heart surgery. His legacy endures as a true storyteller, remembered for characters that inspired awe, courage, and timeless connection. Captain Edward James Smith, the steadfast and dignified commander of the RMS Titanic in the 1997 masterpiece, embodied leadership, pride, and tragic grace, a performance that lingers long after the credits roll, portrayed by Bernard Hill. Born on December 17, 1944, in Manchester, England, he was 52 when he took the helm of the ill-fated ship. Hill's career spans decades of powerful performances, from King Theoden in the Lord of the Rings trilogy to roles in Gandhi and Boys from the Black Stuff. His commanding presence and emotional depth made him unforgettable. Nowadays, Hill is 80 years old, still revered as a titan of British cinema, leaving behind a legacy of emotional brilliance and cinematic greatness. Spicer Lovejoy, the cold, calculating bodyguard to Cal Hockley in Titanic, radiated quiet menace and unwavering loyalty, a presence that made every scene he appeared in pulse with tension, portrayed by David Warner. Born on July 29, 1941, in Manchester, England, he was 56 when he took on this memorable role. Warner's illustrious career spanned film, television, and theater, with standout performances in Tron, 1982, The Omen, 1976, and Time After Time, 1979. His versatility and commanding screen presence made him one of Britain's most respected character actors. Heartbreakingly, Warner passed away on July 24, 2022, at the age of 80, after a cancer-related illness, leaving behind a legacy of timeless performances that continue to captivate audiences. Bruce Ismay, the proud yet ultimately disgraced managing director of the White Star Line in Titanic, became a powerful symbol of arrogance, denial, and cowardice, masterfully portrayed by Jonathan Hyde. With his stern demeanor and piercing presence, Ismay embodied the weight of corporate pride and the shame of survival at the cost of others, making him one of the film's most striking figures. Born May 21, 1948, in Brisbane, Australia, Hyde was 49 when he stepped into the role, already acclaimed for Jumanji, 1995, and Richie Rich, 1994. His career spans film, stage, and television, admired for both villainous and comedic roles. As of 2025, Jonathan Hyde is 77 years old, still celebrated for his versatility and for giving Titanic one of its most unforgettable and symbolic portrayals of human frailty. Lizzie Calvert, the curious granddaughter who listens to old Rose's haunting tale in Titanic, served as the audience's bridge to the past. portrayed with warmth and quiet strength by Susie Amos. Her presence framed the story, adding intimacy and generational depth to the epic. Born January 5, 1962, in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, Amos was 35 when she played Lizzie. Before Titanic, she gained attention in films like The Usual Suspects, 1995, and The Ballad of Little Joe, 1993. Afterward, she stepped away from acting, dedicating herself to environmental activism and co-founding the Red Carpet Green Dress Initiative with her husband, director James Cameron. As of 2025, Susie Amos is 63 years old, admired worldwide not only for her performance in Titanic but also for her lasting work in sustainability and social impact. Fabrizio, Jack Dawson's loyal Italian friend in Titanic, 1997, brought heart, humor, and unwavering devotion to the story, wonderfully portrayed by Danny Nucci. As Jack's spirited companion, Fabrizio added warmth and levity, making his tragic fate all the more heartbreaking. Born September 15, 1968, in Klagenfurt, Austria, Nucci was 28 when he played the role. Beyond Titanic, he built a versatile career with performances in Crimson Tide, 1995, Eraser, 1996, and numerous TV series. He later became a familiar face on shows like The Fosters and Castle. Married to actress Paula Marshall, Nucci also pursued directing and teaching. As of 2025, he is 57 years old, celebrated by fans worldwide for giving Fabrizio a soul that still resonates as one of the most beloved supporting characters in Titanic. First Officer Murdoch, the steadfast and conflicted officer in Titanic, embodies duty, honor, and the haunting weight of tragedy. His calm command and ultimate fate made him one of the film's most emotionally resonant figures, portrayed with striking humanity by Ewan Stewart. Born on August 26, 1957, in Glasgow, Scotland, Stewart was 40 when he took on the role, delivering a performance that balanced authority with vulnerability. His career spans film, television, and theater, with appearances in Rob Roy and The Missing. Today, he is 68 years old, continuing to earn admiration for his versatility and quiet strength that leaves a lasting impact on audiences worldwide. Fifth Officer Lowe, the brave and compassionate seaman in Titanic, stands out as one of the few who dared to return for survivors, a moment that defined true heroism amid chaos. The role was brought to life by Ioan Gruffudd, whose sincerity and intensity made the scene unforgettable. Born on October 6, 1973, in Cardiff, Wales, he was just 23 when he appeared in the film, marking one of his earliest steps towards stardom. Gruffudd later gained fame for roles in Hornblower, Fantastic Four, and Liar. Currently, he is 52 years old, continuing to captivate audiences with performances that blend heart, depth, and undeniable screen charisma. Second Officer Charles Lightoller, the steadfast officer aboard the Titanic, stood out as a figure of discipline and resolve in the face of chaos, portrayed with remarkable precision by Johnny Phillips. Calm under pressure yet bound by duty, Lightoller's actions reflected the struggle between responsibility and humanity, making him one of the film's most striking supporting characters. Born September 5, 1963, in London, England, Phillips was 34 when he embodied Lightoller's stern authority. His career expanded across stage, film, and television, with notable roles in Bronson, The English Patient, and series like Midsummer Murders. Now, Johnny Phillips is 62 years old, still admired for his versatility, dedication to craft, and for giving Titanic's tragedy a haunting sense of order and realism. Chief Officer Wilde, the stoic and authoritative presence aboard the Titanic, symbolizes steadfast leadership amid chaos and tragedy. His composed demeanor and sense of duty in the face of disaster made him a quietly powerful figure in the film's emotional core. The role was portrayed by Mark Lindsay Chapman, born on September 8, 1954, in London, England. At 43, he delivered a performance that blended strength with underlying vulnerability, leaving a lasting impression on audiences. Beyond Titanic, Chapman built a diverse career in film and television, including roles in Falcon Crest and The Langoliers. As of now, he is 71 years old, remembered for his commanding screen presence and refined artistry. Quartermaster Robert Rowe, the dedicated seaman faithfully performing his duty in Titanic, added a touch of realism and grit to the film's depiction of life aboard the doomed ship, portrayed by Richard Graham with authenticity and quiet strength. Steady at his post and loyal to his responsibilities, Rowe represented the working-class heart of the crew, a figure both symbolic and human. Born May 10, 1960, in West Kirby, England, Graham was 37 when he stepped into the role. His career spanned stage, film, and television, with appearances in Gangs of New York, Master and Commander, and The World Is Not Enough. As of 2025, Richard Graham is 65 years old, admired for his range and remembered for giving Titanic's story a grounded, human face. Quartermaster Robert Hickens, the stern helmsman who manned the wheel on the night Titanic struck the iceberg in Titanic, was brought vividly to life by Paul Brightwell. Cold, uncompromising, and often remembered for his clash with Molly Brown in the lifeboat, Hickens symbolized duty under pressure, but also the flaws of human fear in crisis. Born April 27, 1954, in England, Brightwell was 43 when he stepped into the role, capturing Hickens with intensity and nuance. Beyond Titanic, he built a strong career on stage and screen, with roles in The Invisible Woman, Coronation Street, and The Bill. These days, Paul Brightwell is 71 years old, respected for his versatility and remembered for giving Titanic's survival story one of its most hauntingly human edges. Master at Arms, the stern enforcer of order aboard the Titanic, brought authority and tension to key moments of the film, powerfully portrayed by Ron Donachie. As the officer responsible for discipline, his character embodied duty, control, and the harsh realities of class divide, making him a symbolic presence in James Cameron's masterpiece. Born April 26, 1956, in Dundee, Scotland, Donachie was 41 when he took on the role. Beyond Titanic, he built a distinguished career on stage and screen, with notable roles in Game of Thrones, Doctor Who, and The Jungle Book. In 2025, Ron Donachie is 69 years old, admired for his versatility and enduring talent, remembered for giving Titanic's tragedy a face of authority and conflict. Colonel Archibald Gracie, the wealthy American colonel and Titanic passenger in Titanic, stood out as a figure of charm and authority, brought to life by the seasoned actor Bernard Fox. With his refined presence and calm demeanor, Gracie added authenticity to Cameron's epic, reminding audiences of the Titanic's real history. Born May 11, 1927, in Port Talbot, Wales, Fox was 70 when he portrayed Gracie, already beloved for roles in Bewitched, Hogan's Heroes, and The Mummy. Beyond the screen, he was celebrated for his wit and enduring popularity as a character actor. Sadly, Bernard Fox passed away on December 14, 2016, at the age of 89, from heart failure. His portrayal of Gracie remains a heartfelt tribute to Titanic's legacy, cementing his place in film history. John Jacob Astor IV, one of the wealthiest men aboard the Titanic, symbolized the grandeur of the Gilded Age and the tragic cost of privilege. Portrayed with elegance and restraint by Eric Braeden, Astor's presence in the film added historical weight, showing how even the most powerful were vulnerable on that fateful night. Born April 3, 1941, in Bredenbeck, Germany, Braeden was 56 when he took on the role, lending Astor dignity and gravitas. Best known for his iconic run as Victor Newman in The Young and the Restless, he also appeared in Colossus, The Forbin Project, and Escape from the Planet of the Apes. Now, Eric Braeden is 84 years old, celebrated for a career spanning decades and remembered for giving Astor's story timeless humanity. Madeline Astor, the young and graceful wife of millionaire John Jacob Astor IV in Titanic, symbolized innocence, beauty, and the stark contrast between love and tragedy, movingly portrayed by Charlotte Chatton. Her presence added emotional depth to the story, reminding audiences of the real lives behind the Titanic's legend. Born January 13, 1975, in London, England, Chatton was only 22 when she embodied Madeline, giving the role youthful charm and sincerity. Beyond Titanic, she appeared in Married, with Children, Dr. Quinn, Medicine Woman, and other television projects before shifting her focus to writing and producing. Currently, Charlotte Chatton is 50 years old, admired for her creativity and remembered for giving Madeline Astor's story a tender, unforgettable face in one of cinema's greatest epics. Benjamin Guggenheim, the wealthy American industrialist in Titanic, became one of the film's most poignant symbols of dignity and tragedy. Portrayed with elegance and gravitas by Michael Ensign. Calm and composed as the ship's fate became clear, Guggenheim's character famously chose to face death as a gentleman, a moment that deeply resonated with audiences. Born February 13, 1944, in Safford, Arizona, Ensign was 53 when he took on the role, already a seasoned character actor. His long career includes appearances in Ghostbusters, 1984, Seinfeld, Boston Legal, and countless stage productions. Today, Michael Ensign is 81 years old, admired for his versatility and remembered for giving Titanic's story one of its most unforgettable portraits of courage and composure. Thank you for watching and honoring the unforgettable cast of Titanic. In 1997, they gave us one of the greatest films of all time, a story of love, loss, and sacrifice. But as we've seen, time has been unforgiving. Some stars aged gracefully, others faded from fame, and a few left us forever. Their journeys remind us how fragile and powerful life can be. If this moved you, please like, share, and subscribe for more untold Hollywood stories. And tell us in the comments, which Titanic memory will stay with you forever?